point, I'm going to call Asantemai Amamra in Toronto, Nana Kwatupia, to come up and also represent us in the pan. Asantemai, young.
There is nothing that you can describe this. You have to say excellence. Ghana is the
Yes, yeah, Abamun Panifo, I teach me an inti, Ghana, this year, na, the Mamun Nama Hebrew. Sankofa home, and some any home edition, Kakra, and Mede and Mamu. Osha Yananum, Amamre, Amania, and she said, who do I, or you are ye na, or shall buy the above bresso. Dear Onyame Ede Amaono, and our share so at the year, Sanshi na. Now, about the other breno, or share on soup, one bind, 1 year, and no maybe a timito to amo, a brebimu. Enti or share any pabi soup, a mua soup, any abisu, any year, empo, and homa, about time, suensua, and suo, I would draw. Ensu eto free stro abusumni asa ahumni aham ohwani na na wode ye eye abebuo ene ye kasa o masitrem amamne amane na ogidie se eno ma hodo a asi atwamu no ya na eso ewo insusanso e ma emprempren ene daache enchirima enti se eduru brebi na se bbc a se eyese okọ na okọ pele puma sibra e wo se wo san na chi na okobusa ese die na amasa die aba enti panyin se efida da mu kraman no wode asem dada na eka ena se akokra dada ene abrewa dada ada empa dada so amasundua ba no efi asem dada na yedura manfo so a ene eka ya no eno nti amanfo so kukuo yade kiasem enti se uhu sa Sankofa ya na se kire ne se uye bribi a kai wachi na se bibi wo wachi a wasan wachi akwa akofa na aboa ama wadiye ama aboa daache ma na waye ne sa enti na se Sankofa enti Sankofa no eye adinkra ahyansode ya ye nananom ye ya wo mo nwi sa asem no eye ohye ene oye asem ya ni na se kire se bibi papi a wo achi no ko wachi na kofa pra emprempren na moa emprempremfo ene daache enchima na Sankofa dintie nananom e kan sa asem no eno no medamase
Sankofa, oh say yeah.
Watch mu ama emu ada ho wode akoyechi we ya asatiaka de ohwe ya nananom ahofa na akono pa okrempempra de no egu omo homa ehu sampa asante obibi kan asante kotoko ya aboa no ede no huhu ewe no ho hukum apema apembesan aba na watch mu ya se kutu se bam aha nananom so da omo ho denden omo ho mane akono efe nti sade nana kwakudu a ekyerɛkyerɛ mu ekyerɛ no edin sankofa no na bɔse ba bia efire amamre ne amane kwan so ekwan ye fa so a epie ye kasa bebuo ne ye ntomemu no wakyerɛkyerɛ mu de amayen
nananom tuntum from pamso betima dɔne
ya to aso sade epeni manodiodu ene ne penifo wo soro ho no omo frɛ ye akwapama
betima dɔne
nananom tuntum so se omo so beba no ma beka bibi akyerɛ ye nti
na betima dɔne as
na ohwe a sade esitie na Ghana afo na nkasa kra ye wa ha no diversity ni wo mu ye nipa baako so obia ne de amamre ne amane kwan so obia ne de nti na oba oman Canada the most diverse country in the world na say it is not out of place kra say almost so aba na square na ne Danda Square omo edit no aba Sankofa Square akono pa ya unya ne ba bia oman Canada mu aha na diversity ye kyerɛ mu etu ase na ye ma obia ehunu se de sitie ene oma ya ama na ye akono ayefe ayekra bebe obi afade a nananom ene mpenifo ede aba na afade na nkasa ewo nkyeremu emadwumadie na ekoso nti ye beko stage na yakotie ye ku a aba no ewo eka edite
Okay, so maybe the Okay, good morning. On this momentous occasion of Sankofa Square Day, I extend gratitude on behalf of the Ghanaian and African community to the leaders of Toronto, the City Council, the Mayor, Councillor Chris Morris, and the Sankofa Board for their efforts in making this event possible. Sankofa stands as more than a brand. It is an emblem of acknowledging past injustices, especially slavery, and forging our path forward. The Sankofa bird is used as a reference to the idea that learning from the past can inform future progress. Toronto is a diverse city with residents from many backgrounds, and the significance of Sankofa is relevant to all people present today. The colors displayed at Sankofa capture our shared belief that despite our varied backgrounds and perspectives, we can come together, draw lessons from history, and advance in unity. We hold deep respect for our city and country and are inspired by their potential. Today is a chance to reaffirm our focus on inclusion and shared goals. We formally request that the City of Toronto declare August 23rd as Sankofa Day, recognizing it as an occasion for commemoration, reflection, healing, and collective purpose. Sankofa fosters empathy and understanding and enables the effective addressing of racism, prejudice, and intolerance. The name Sankofa emphasizes the city's cosmopolitan character in indicating its integration into global culture. Thank you. I'm honored at this point to introduce the only one, Deputy Foreign Minister of Ghana. This man has been a diaspora. He's been in this country for 40 years. And now he's a minister. We invite him to the stage to also give us some remarks. We invite our Deputy Minister. Quayson is on his way. He's the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs from Ghana.
the president of the Ghanaian Association, Toronto, Canada. What church and Insimu Ewiena, one am sa Akwanya no so Atonen sa afre the Honorable Minister, Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs, Ora James Gyakye Quayson, Member of Parliament for Asen North, also Ede Nanu Disem Ebetuja, and Kra Efri Omai Ghana, the President of the Republic, Edema Ghana ma Canada, and Canada Abino, Sabri, also at the Babe Tuja. Ebeka could see Honorable James Gyakye Quayson.
I see all the colors, the beautiful colors. I'm feeling so refreshing because, as you all know, this is my second home. I could just say that and stop even making an address because it's like Sankofa. I've come back and I've taken it. So I'll read a short statement from the President of our Republic and also the people of Ghana. Let's allow this ambulance sound to pass and then I'll start my speech. Your Worship, Mayor Olivia Chow, distinguished elders and dignitaries, members of the African Canadian community, members of the wider Canadian family, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, I bring you warm greetings on this historic occasion, the inaugural Sankofa Day ceremony. Today we stand in Sankofa Square, a name that calls us to remember, to reclaim, and to rise. We're not only reclaiming it, we're rising up to it. In the Akan language of Ghana, Sankofa means go back and fetch it. It reminds us that we cannot move forward without first understanding where we have come from. It is an invitation to confront history honestly, to heal its wounds, and to walk together into a future of dignity and hope. This is personal for me. I lived in Canada for 42 years, serving the city of Toronto for nearly 3 decades, before returning to my homeland, Ghana. To return here today as a representative of that homeland is a living proof of Sankofa. It's not just a proverb, it is a path. We return to retrieve and we give back. We return to honor our ancestors, those who were displaced, those who endured, those dreams fuel our journey still. We return to acknowledge the breach that slavery and colonialism created not only for Africans, but for humanity itself. And we return to renew a covenant of reconciliation across oceans and generations. This square is more than a name. It's a compass. It points out our children and all children towards truth, justice, and belonging. But reconciliation cannot belong to one people only. The story of the African diaspora is woven into the fabric of Canada and the world. And so today, we also honor the presence of the white diaspora and every community that has made Canada a home. Sankofa teaches us that history must be faced together, that healing is collective, and that progress belongs to all who choose solidarity over silence. From this square, I am pleased to announce Ghana's support for the Sankofa Freedom Movement project, to be unveiled here in Toronto 1 year from today. This monument will not only honor African resilience, it will invite all humanity to learn. It will stand as a living classroom, a place where truth is told, where pain is acknowledged, and where reconciliation becomes possible. As the late Kofi Annan said, former United Nations Secretary General and son of Ghana, he once reminded us that we cannot have different religions, different languages, different color skin, but we all belong to one human race. And we may have different religions, different languages, different color skin, but we all belong to one human race. And he also taught, knowledge is power, information is liberating, education is the premise of progress in every society, in every family. These words are the very heartbeat of Sankofa. They tell us that truth unites us, education empowers us. This is what the monument will stand for. Not only for Africans, but for every child, every family, and every community that seeks a just and hopeful tomorrow. Today is only the beginning. The Sankofa Monument will expand to the United States, the United Kingdom, Brazil, and the Caribbean, creating a global network of landmarks that connect the African family across continents, while inviting friends, allies, and partners of every background to walk in this journey with us. To Mayor Chow and the City of Toronto, we thank you for your vision in renaming this square. To the African diaspora, you are not just a guest, you are co-authors. To the white diasporans and all communities of goodwill, you are partners in truth, reconciliation, and renewal. Together we must build a future where the wounds of history no longer divide us, but instead reminds us of a shared responsibility to heal and to uplift. Let this day become a ritual connection, where we remember so that we may rebuild, where we confront past so that we may shape a just future, where we look back so that we may move forward together. If you remember just one thing or one line, let it be this: we go back to fetch wisdom so that our children, all children, can go further than we did. Medasi, thank you. Long live Sankofa. Long live the bond between Ghana and Canada and the global diaspora family. Thank you very much. God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Words of wisdom. Thank you. I think you may stand here there while we... Yes. So at this time, these events, as you recall, Ghana, and for that matter, Africa, is very proud of this day. And for that reason, the President of Ghana, brought the delegation, and the Deputy Minister has eloquently expressed that. But there is also another August visitor with her, who is the Minister of Tourism from Ghana. And that is Miss Dzifa Gomashie. The Minister of Tourism will welcome you to the stage. Welcome. And while she is coming, let's sing our Sankofa Oseye.
Ghana, 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 Oseye. Ghana, 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 Oseye. Ghana, yeah. Ghana, yeah. Sankofa, 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 Oseye. I don't know if I'm a chumber to my cottonassi, and I'm a singer in Shamina.
President for Ghanaian community, Okasawie, and we introduce Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs. Also added the President of Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, then some of the Sumano, Abema, Ghana, Mine, Canada, Abain. eno echi no ye minister for tourism, art and culture, ye maame abla Dzifa Gomashie ono so ebabi enam se dwumadie no ehia Ghana banti no otu mpanimfo bebre ebae among them no ministers mienu omo so aba nti na yesa ono so ye ma de ono so different na so ye ebae no ode betu edwa nti ono na sa bre ye invite na waba days no so na podium no so se ono so de na no asem eba abetu edwa nti ye besan akọ na yakwa kuti ye maame we a member of parliament for Ketu South constituency nti yenti ono so na nima
Like your phone number. Now, Pacho, when you know what to say. Kina lafia. Alabama lafia. Mungo de Kukari. Thank you. Thank you to Your Excellency the Mayor of Toronto. Thank you to the Councillor Chris Moyes who spoke and for their welcome messages. Thank you Sankofa Board for having me here. Members of the Toronto City Council, members of the Recognition Review Committee, Community Advisory Committee, fellow minister, my dear brother, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters from the diaspora, ladies and gentlemen. I stand on the existing protocol because I'm sure that I've missed a couple of names. So take no offense, accept it in good faith. It is with deep honor and gratitude that I stand before you today on behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, the government of Ghana, and the good people of Ghana to share in this historic moment, the renaming of the Dundas Square to Sankofa Square. What a historic occasion. This is not merely a change of name. It is an act of remembrance, an act of reclamation, and an act of reparation. I've worked with ECOWAS on reparation for over 7 years and more. And it gives me such great joy to be here today to witness this. It is a bold step towards justice, truth, and healing, not just for the people of Toronto, but for all Africans, both at home and in the diaspora. In Ghanaian culture, as you may have heard already, Sankofa holds profound meaning. Literally, it teaches us that it is not a taboo to go back for what you forgot. And I hope that we never forget what happened to our history. Represented by the bird looking backward with its feet firmly facing forward, or by the heart-shaped Adinkra symbol. Sankofa reminds us that progress is only meaningful when it is rooted in reflection. It is an eternal call to remember where we have come from, to confront painful history, and to carry forward the wisdom of the past for the sake of future generations. Today, in renaming the square, Sankofa Square, Toronto sends a powerful message to the world that it is possible to face history with honesty, to dismantle legacies of oppression, and to commit to building an inclusive and equitable future. For Africans and people of African descent, this gesture speaks directly to the unfinished work of liberation and reparations. The transatlantic slave trade, whose painful memory still echoes across generations, was not only an attack on bodies, but also on identity, heritage, and dignity. By choosing Sankofa, a Ghanaian symbol deeply rooted in African philosophy, Toronto affirms the importance of African heritage in the global struggle for freedom, for justice, and acknowledges the centrality of memory in the journey toward freedom. This moment also resonates strongly with Ghana. since 1957, when Ghana became the first sub-Saharan African nation to gain independence. Our nation has stood as a beacon of Pan-Africanism and African liberation. We have opened doors to the African diaspora through initiatives such as Panafest and Emancipation, Year of Return, Beyond the Return, and now the Black Star Experience. The Black Star Experience is a call for total cultural immersion. Today, we see the same spirit reflected here in Toronto in your act of renaming the square and the celebrations planned around the naming ceremony. Let us be clear. The renaming is a profound sociocultural and political act. By shedding the name of Henry Dundas, a man whose action delayed the abolition of the slave trade, this city has chosen to honor resilience, remembrance, and renewal. This choice embodies the spirit of Sankofa, learning from the past to guide a more just future. As we celebrate this day, let us also challenge ourselves. Sankofa calls us not only to reflect, but to act. Let the square become more than a name. Let it be a living space of dialogue, cultural exchange, education, and empowerment. Let it be a gathering place where histories are told truthfully, where the arts uplift marginalized voices, and where future generations come to learn that justice, though delayed, must never be denied. On behalf of Ghana, I wish to thank the city before I go there. And now, as the Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, let me invite Toronto to join us to start the journey to Nkrofo, the birthplace of Kwame Nkrumah, our first president, who we call Dr. Osadifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. On 21st of August this year, we will be celebrating his birthday. We've called it a pilgrimage, and I urge you to join us around the world. Come from wherever you are. We will ignite the spirit of Pan-Africanism again. We will visit the three Pan-Africanists, W.E.B. Du Bois, George Padmore, and Kwame Nkrumah himself. They are waiting for their children from all corners of the world, and their grandchildren too, to Accra, in Ghana, where they are all buried. This is a call to duty, a call to unite, a call for the gathering of African people. On behalf of Ghana, I wish to thank the City of Toronto, the Advisory Committee, and the Black and Indigenous leaders whose vision and persistence made this possible. You have written a new chapter in the story of global solidarity and African heritage. You have, in the spirit of, I quote, "I am not an African because I was born in Africa. I am an African because Africa was born in me." Unquote. We are called to Sankofa. We are called to come back home. May Sankofa Square stand forever as a monument of truth, a sanctuary of heritage, and a beacon of hope from Africans everywhere. And you're African not because you're black, you're African because it's in your spirit. It's in your soul. It's in who you are. I want to thank you most sincerely for this opportunity to be with you. And may God bless Ghana and Canada. Ayiko Akpanami. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Lovely message from the Minister.
I'm reminded that I said 21st August. It's 21st of September. Bear with me. Emotions do take control of us sometimes, don't they? It's an emotional experience for me right now to see all of you gathered here. And so please accept the invitation that is the 21st of September. And I look forward to receiving you personally in Ghana. Thank you very much.
a powerful message from Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts. Ministry way particularly, let me say, a ministry, or handle ministry, no ache. From 2013 to 2017.
I would like to invite forward
from 2013 to 2017 until the previous administration of NDC, a co-opposition, she was the deputy minister
the
for the same
representative of the mayor.
ministry.
If you can please come up here to receive a gift on her behalf.
For the same ministry, and then from
I'd like to invite the
2025, she's
representative
now the
of the
substantive
mayor.
minister
Yes,
or control over this ministry. And beautiful message, Anna, or the Amaye on this occasion, reminding us sometimes justice can be denied, but it can never be delayed. What eulogize the memory of Henry Dundas in the history of slave trade. One of the staunch members delayed the abolition of it. Until to say Sankofa a mixed feeling. Yes, Yen Kai Sankofa be delayed, but Yen San Kai said Nipano Surua will play and was relevant. And now a group baby a yedruno at the end of the day, if we are saying Jatumo, my Canada Jatumo say, yes, Sanko free. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And also the Achadia,
Thank you.
The mayor of the city of Toronto, in the representative of Bigdan and
I'd like to invite
Uguso, Ghana Nantekwa. I say, Kumasem Pabua,
Director for Culture, please, if you can step up.
Ubia, or rule, Ewujumedia, a course, Ama and Dundas Square, Nidin Adane Sankofa Square, no.
The Director for Culture of Toronto. Can someone receive it on his behalf, please?
Yeah.
The Director for Culture.
Sankofa Radio Toronto. Indeed, already know na your friend Sankofa. Jumadi way. I can say a company ache. Sankofa Radio Toronto, your company ache. And Nyanko pardon. Yawono, Yenya Sankofa Square. Yenya Sankofa Square. Iti DH Diabeko Kudrubiano, ye Yinsuaso, Yinfreweni.
Thank you all.
Yeah, that's it.
Ashley, do you want to come in? Yep. No. Do you want to come and collect this? Yeah, accept it on behalf of the organizers. One more time, thank you for everybody who has blessed the stage. As we continue on with this programming, I am very pleased to welcome to the stage Kemba Bayam, the manager of the City of Toronto's Confronting Anti-Black Racism Unit. Please help me in welcoming Kemba to the stage.
Good afternoon, greetings everyone. Happy Emancipation Month. As my remarks come up to the stage, I want to remember that in 2010, my first trip to the continent was to Ghana. And I remember as we traveled on the bus, I looked out the window and I saw all kinds of flags and colors. And I said to our guide, I said, oh, is it some sort of like national day? He's like, no, this is every day. So thank you so very much to the chief kings and queens for bringing the vibrancy and pride of Ghana to Toronto. Also want to thank Mayor Chow, Her Excellency, and Councillor Moyes. And I also want to recognize the first Black Deputy City Manager, Denise Andrew Campbell, who is here somewhere. Let's give up applause for those folks. I stand here in extreme honor to be here on Sankofa Day, the International Day for the remembrance of the slave trade and its abolition. Sankofa Square is the manifestation of our collective ancestors and the work and activism of thousands of Toronto residents who understand that this is a necessary part of looking back and building forward. People of African descent have been an integral part of our nation building and city building. We see this in places like Hogan's Alley in Vancouver, Africville, Nova Scotia, Buxton, Ontario, and right here in Toronto in Little Jamaica, Blackhurst, and now Sankofa Square. As displanted Africans, a term that was coined by the manager that preceded me, Anthony Morgan, placemaking has been something Black communities have been doing for thousands of years, and with that comes renaming. In our naming, we claim and reclaim a shared space to honor how we continually pour into spaces with our traditions and knowledge. The renaming of this square to Sankofa Square also reminds us of the City of Toronto's logo, Diversity, Our Strength. Thank you. Don't you love us as Black people? Yes, this renaming reminds us of the City of Toronto's logo, Diversity, Our Strength. Honoring people of African descent and specific ethnic communities such as the Akan and nationalities such as our Ghanaian communities reminds us that we are welcoming and are better for it. This year, our theme for Emancipation Month is Nula, commemorating emancipation and Haitian culture. Through this theming, we have been working with organizations across the city to honor Haiti's part in the cosmology of emancipation through the Haitian Revolution. Nula is Haitian Creole for we are here. This work is about making the connections between the continents of Africa, the Caribbean, and Canada, where liberation had and continues to exist at all levels, from the individual to the societal. The creation of Sankofa Square is a brilliant example of Torontonians being civically engaged to manifest by ensuring that our spaces and assets represent our values of inclusion. In response, Toronto City Council, what is now the Sankofa Square Board, the Economic Development and Culture Division, and the Confronting Anti-Black Racism Unit supported a group of diverse Torontonians to make sure we have a space that allows us to connect, be creative, and express ourselves in the diversity of our cultures. I want to again thank the Recognition Review Advisory Body for their work in naming Sankofa Square. In the embodying of the principle of Sankofa, there was an unknown synchronicity that was happening that I'm sure our ancestors were authoring. As the Confronting Anti-Black Racism Unit team began planning for the 10-year action plan to confront anti-Black racism, as we wrapped up the 5 years of the original action plan, which is now going to committee in the fall, we began deepening our connection to principles. Sankofa was a paramount principle for the day. And days later, without our knowledge or involvement, Sankofa Square was announced in the renaming of this wonderful square. Later on in that year, we were also able to collaborate with various divisions on a public education campaign to acknowledge the impacts of the transatlantic slave trade and slavery in keeping with the International Decade for People of African Descent. While there is much, much more for us to do in the city and in partnership with organizations that we partner with, these items and much more are ways in which the City of Toronto is a leader in confronting anti-Black racism. Addressing anti-Black racism must continually take a whole city approach, centering Black communities with partners like the Sankofa Square Board, the Toronto Transit Commission, Toronto Community Housing, and Toronto Public Library. I'm going to invite you to learn more about what's happening for Emancipation Month by going to toronto.ca/emancipation. You can see a calendar of events that are still coming and those that we honored in the past few weeks, starting with our flag raising. And if you want to learn more about our work, how you can become involved in the next 10-year action plan to confront anti-Black racism, I invite you to visit our page, toronto.ca/CABR. I really thank you for being here to bear witness and to be in joy for history in the making for a strong and vibrant collective Toronto. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Kemba. All right. Finally, as we officially reveal the new Sankofa Square brand, I would like to welcome to the stage the creative director and the founder of the agency behind this bold vision, and our partner, Ashley Mackenzie Barnes from Dope Agency.
I'm a little short. Good morning, everybody. It's very nice. Thank you for coming out. I know this has been a very long morning, so I am going to keep this short and sweet so we can get on to our amazing film festival by the Caribbean Film Festival. A year ago, we embarked on the rebranding for Sankofa Square. It was a joint effort with Pitch Better, who did a research study with over 3,000 folks who let us know what they wanted to see in the square. We landed on the theme transformation. This visual identity that we're going to present, you're going to see a small reel afterwards, of Sankofa Square is a celebration of transformation where time, tradition, and change manifest. In cities like Toronto have stories, transformation is constant. A beautiful dance of people, ideas, and traditions blending into something entirely new. Sankofa Square embodies the fluid exchange, a place where cultures converge, ancestral wisdom is shared, and the rhythm of change shapes our future. This theme embraces the fluidity and evolution of Sankofa Square, reflected in its dynamic visual identity. With gradients, overlays, bending shapes, and shifting forms, the space becomes a canvas of never-ending transformation, looking back and moving forward into a positive future. Today, we thank you for joining us in celebrating the new chapter of Sankofa Square, a vibrant and revitalized place where the past and the future meet, creating endless possibilities. Today, you'll witness the brand reveal and experience the power of transformation in action. We welcome you to discover our journey, one that's always becoming, always transforming, and always ever changing. We'll have a quick reveal for you now. Thank you.
Sankofa Square has always been a place of transformation. Where cultures converge. Ancestral wisdom is shared. The future isn't something we wait for. Be part of something unique with us. Sankofa Square. Learn more at Sankofa Square on socials or sankofasquare.ca.
Again, thank you so much to Ashley and for sharing the vision behind Sankofa Square's brand identity. And thank you all so much for joining us today on this historic opening ceremony. A huge thank you to all of our incredible partners, the dignitaries, performers, who helped set such a powerful tone for our day to come. We invite you all to stay and enjoy all of the incredible programming that we have going on today. Again, it's going until 11 p.m. tonight, so plenty of things coming up. Next, we have the Caribbean Film Festival screening. So we would love if you could stick around for that. Also, don't forget to explore some of the vendors that we have. We have our Melanin Market over here where you can support local Black and BIPOC owned businesses. You can grab some unique gifts and some neat treats. There's vendors, food vendors. We have basketball clinics. We have all the things coming up. And if you do love the Melanin Market and what we have going on, we have a full Melanin Market that's going to be happening on August 29th. So mark your calendars for that. Again, thank you all so much for being here. The Caribbean Film Festival is going to kick off. And with that, okay, so we have, figuring out where we are right now. Okay, so we have Asha Lovelace, who is from the Caribbean Film Festival, and she's going to explain what is going on with these shorts that were selected by the Caribbean Film Festival itself. So please help me welcome Asha to the stage.
Thank you very much, and greetings, Sankofa Square. First, let me say thank you to the organizers of this event for the invitation to be here and to participate. It's an absolute joy and honor to be representing the Caribbean Film Festival at this very historic event. Sankofa reminds us that in order to move forward, we must first look back, return to the past, take what is valuable, and carry it on in our present. Film is one of the most powerful tools for that reflection. It allows us to pause, to remember, to reckon, and to imagine. It creates space to see ourselves, connect with stories, share truths, and carry forward the wisdom of our histories. The films we curated for today reflect memory, reconnection, and self-discovery, and above all, the spirit of Sankofa shines through. The call to remember, reimagine, and move forward. I am delighted on behalf of the Caribbean Film Festival to share these films with you. I hope that you enjoy them. And as you watch, take a moment to remember who we are, where we come from, and where we are going. Thank you.
Okay.
I let my bag sit there.
Yeah, just 1 minute. Honorable Wadaruma. Yeah, with this big event, how does it reflect into the larger philosophy of Ghanaian tourism principles?
Philosophy.
Or let's say the programs for the Ghanaian tourism? Yeah.
Well, so what we've sought to do, His Excellency has launched the Black Star Experience, which is inviting Africans from the continent and the diaspora to come together for a total cultural immersion. And by that, we're saying that come and let's share in our food, our fashion, our music, our dance, our arts and crafts, the whole value chain in the cultural and tourism spectrum. We're asking you to come because if you find, as I said in my speech, we have 3 giants of Pan-Africanism all buried in Ghana. And so if you want to have that experience, where else to go but Ghana? And again, he's restored the 21st of September as the birthday of Kwame Nkrumah, who is our first president. And so we are having a journey like a pilgrimage. I'm Catholic, we do pilgrimage to Rome. The Muslims do to Mecca. But Africans and Black people and Pan-Africanists, we must have that pilgrimage to Nkrofo to go and have that immersion of where the birth of our first president was. And in doing that, we are restoring what we lost. In that same space, we are asking that why do people come to Ghana? Why do they come to Africa? They are not coming because they want to learn how to build a car, but they want to learn about our heritage, about what sets us apart as unique people. And if you don't do it through tourism, what else can you do it through? But indeed, when you look at Ghana, what makes us strong in tourism is really our culture. People want to taste our, we talk about our jollof ourselves. Now the world is talking about it. So the more we talk about what we like, that's what we share with the world. And that's why they want to come to the source and be a part of it. So yes, I came because Sankofa Square, I know that it's bigger than the word only for Akan, but it's also a reconnection, the Black Star experience, in other words, here in Toronto. And I wanted to use the opportunity to invite Africans across the world to come and celebrate with us. So I'm happy to be here. And thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Ghana was run for say under the British Colonial, a country made up of 6 races. The indigenous people, forced into almost extinction by colonials, adopted the Spanish Republic.
What?
They were trying to recognize the land of its riches. Said the rivers are as wide as the sea, and the people spoke of waterfalls as tall as skyscrapers, hidden deep in the ground. The river cried so So famous I was, she said often said, I didn't see you much because you always had famous. I scoured my memory for anything pertaining, but nothing else came. So, finally, I decided to head to Guyana, to his home. Guyana, the home of my heritage, part of the Caribbean. I scoured my memory in search of my eyes for anything important. I walked down a wide street, searching for the address of my dad's apartment, still trying to get by, same as it ever was. And at the edge of that wide street is the little church, standing tall and proud. The church where my granddad sang and my dad prayed. I'm now inside. I'm walking around, imagining my dad and his brothers and sisters listening to neighbours, fidgeting on the pews, and my grandfather's rich voice ringing in my ears. The next day, as the sun rises, I head out of the city onto one of those rivers he spoke about. Rivers as wide as the sea. The Essequibo
Stay in Sankofa Square. It's on wheels and it's meant to be moved around this space. It's got a water bladder in it, so it's full easily. When you need to move it, we can move it around.
Okay, perfect. And so I'm sure they gave you some background as to what this all means. What do you think Sankofa Square means to the city?
What it means to the city? Progression. And, I can't say to a lot of things that world apart from that, but it's a beautiful space, and you can see just all the smiles and the unity, and I think it's going to mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and it's just really positive.
Okay. So I'm happy to hear that you are part of something like this, but one thing to remember is that Sankofa, while it does come from an African symbol, it is meant for everybody. It is that idealism of coming together and community. So all that you said, you heard it here first, but down from Twilight is responsible for manufacturing this beautiful sign.
Okay.